Hi, my name is Lucy. I live in the UK, but I recently built a new home in Barbados.
So just give us a bit of a background to that development that you undertook in Barbados.
Wow. Okay. Well, yes. Well, we decided many years ago, the decision actually to build came more than 20 years prior to starting the build, because we decided we wanted to buy land and then to build on it. So that took a long time to actually happen. The second part of that, once we'd made the decision, was raising the funds, but initially raising the funds to buy the land. That was a long process also. And in hindsight, I think I would still do it again, because it meant that we could choose where we wanted to be. Unlike persons who may already have land, which is part of their family land, we could choose where we wanted to be. So that was a long process. And the third part of it all was sourcing a good contractor who was experienced in a new build. So again, that took a lot of time, energy, and effort to do that.
So what was your overall experience in undertaking the build of your house?
Okay. Well, initially, it was a good experience. It was very exciting, because it's like having a new baby. You're making something happen, and you're from the beginning. So once we had sourced this contractor that we had regular meetings with him. We had meetings online because we were based in the UK and he was based in Barbados. So we had regular online meetings. We participated fully in the design of the property. We had regular updates on progress of work. We were able to see the workmen at work with photos and videos. We agreed to make payments in stages. So at the beginning, I think, I can't remember, beginning and end of some stages, we made the payments. The issues came for us in the last stages of the build. And that also linked in with the additional works that we were asking for, because at the time of the initial design, we hadn't anticipated some things, so we needed to add some extra. We did also have in the plans, we had agreed, when we signed the contract, we had agreed to have an engineer who was independent, who was due to check the different stages of completion. So there was a professional there who did go on site to check on that, but he wasn't on site all the time. Well, I have to say that Ian came to our rescue when things were really bad with the contractor, who had spent all the funds that we had transferred, but could not complete the job. To be honest, I have to say, had it not been for Ian, I think we would have, I would be divorced by now, because the situation was really very, very stressful. But what Ian brought to us, and I'm eternally grateful, was good local knowledge and good local networks. Ian was highly and is highly professional, very skilled in international standards. And I don't just mean regional, I mean international standards. He's very good with contracts and making sure that the contracts are well priced. He has a good financial planning head on his shoulders. He understands the legal processes very well. His paperwork is exceptionally good. He was about getting things done for us and following up on actions. And for me, that I was eternally grateful. At the end of the day, Ian was able to help us go through the process with the contractor, to negotiate with the contractor and to settle with him our disagreements. And I just have to say that had it not been for Ian, we may have been in a situation where we would have gone to litigation, and we would not have made any settlements that would have been meaningful for us. So I am eternally grateful for his skill, expertise, and his commitment to making things happen for us.
Thank you for that, Lucy. So finally, what would you have done differently, or what did you learn out of this experience?
Oh, learning. Okay. I've learned that it's an expensive process. As a homeowner in the UK, I was never involved in a house build. Buying a house and making and building a house are totally different experiences. So it's a very expensive process. And you need to be also aware that the legal process in all of that is highly expensive. So for me, that's the first thing I've learned. The second thing is that I would certainly advise anyone to get professional help and support, like a project manager. We didn't get a project manager because we thought that we had things covered. We thought that we could, between us, manage the process and see what was going on. That didn't work out as we had planned. So definitely get some help and some legal professional support. I would definitely say budget for more than your quoted costs. Have a significant contingency, because there'll be unexpected expenditures. There'll be price increases. There'll be things that you hadn't thought about at the time, but as you see the build, you realize this is needed and it hadn't been budgeted for. So you do need to have a good contingency. And I would also say, be there when the work is being done. Be there, be on site, see, smell, hear, feel. And when they ask you the question, what do you want? Even if you don't know what you want, you can say what you don't want. And I think that's equally important. So be there. Don't leave it to your friend, brother, sister to do the work for you. It doesn't work because it's your home, it's your build. You need to have that last say to see what's being done. Oh, last thing I'd say, I now love my house. I enjoy it. I think we made a really good decision in the location and the design of it. There are things that are not perfect, but I think we're getting a good life living there.
Brilliant. Glad to hear it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.